Hi, my name is Rome Carpio. I am a game developer. I specialize in creating games using Unity. I can work with both graphics and coding. For graphics, I am trained in 3D modeling and texturing. I can create game assets using 3ds Max or Maya and import the assets for further game development. I can create and publish games for Android or other builds, but for Android, I did it before. I published some games. For coding, I have skills in scripting. I knowledgeable in C Sharp. I can create scripts for gameplay logic, game mechanics, and game user interface. Um, I edit my codes using the Unity UID, Visual Studio. Um, I enjoy creating interactable objects because it comes with both graphics and scripts. I like to work as a game level designer or a C Sharp Unity programmer. Here is a sample game scene I made using Unity Game Engine. The game assets are from the asset store. However, I can create my own assets using 3ds Max, Maya, Photoshop for texturing. Here you can see the game level design I created. There are interactable objects. We have moving platform, switch crystals, damageable items, hidden door, key systems, pressure pad, counter, systems, and of course, you'll see enemies all over the place. On this level, you can see my game level environment design, the vegetation, structures, rock formation, and terrain. You can explore it more by downloading my game. The links are on the description below. Here's a sample 3D space shooter game I made. The script in this game includes a player controller script. The player controller script enables the player to move horizontally by pressing the left and right arrow keys, and up and down arrow keys enables the player to move forward and backward. Pressing the spacebar down instantiate copies of laser beam prefab to fire on the enemy ship. I have coded movement of range. This line enables the player not to go out of camera view. I have added detect collision script that is attached to our laser beam. It destroys game object it collides with. The camera follow script simply follows the player movement. The destroy out of bounds script detects objects prefab that are no longer on the game scene and deletes them. I have coded the move forward script. This is script that enables game object to move forward. It comes with a speed variable and it updates once per frame. The spawn manager handles the array for our prefab. It generates instances of enemy ships on a random basis. Overall, this is a good game template for a top-down shooter game. Other scripts I coded will be the player controller script, where the player jumps using add force, physics.gravity, and this is executed by assigning game inputs for this particular game. It will be the get key down or every time we press the spacebar. I also made if statement to prevent double jumping. I did it by using boolean and tags. I created a repeat background script to create an illusion that the player is running, but it's actually the background that is moving. I also added simple animation, particle system, game sound. So let's check out the game. On this prototype game, I will demonstrate my scripting skills in adding gameplay mechanics to make the game interesting and challenging. In this sumo-style arcade game, if you fall from the floating island, then it's game over. So, I have created enemy spawn wave that will chase you to the bitter end and power-ups to gain certain advantage within a period of time. And using random net range, we can spawn game object randomly within the game scene. I use IEnumerator and coroutines for power-ups, made game object active and inactive to create a power-up indicator for visual awareness. I created a physics material to enhance the bounce collision between the enemy and the player, create instance for enemy spawn, use out-of-bound codes to delete enemies once they fall from the island, and increase enemy count after every wave and spawn power-ups after new waves. Here's a sample prototype I made for game user interface. This is a click and destroy game Within this game, you have a game manager script that managed the score system. I had also designed point values for targets, and I have created good and bad targets. Obviously, if you click the skull, you got a deduction, and if you miss any of the colored balls, then it's game over. I had created other UIs here, such as the game over text, the restart button. I had created buttons for difficulty settings and adjusted the parameters to create the level of difficulty. Other things that I have made in this prototype is a game title and some moving background. Overall, this is a good template if you have a similar game on mind.
So hi, it's me, Rome, and thanks for watching the video. If you would like to download the games, the links are on the description below. So I guess that's it. Later.